Hi everyone, and welcome to Master Calculator. In today's video, we are going to go over the easiest way to find the GCF and LCM of two or more numbers using the division ladder or cake method. Let's start off by defining factors and multiples. A factor is a number that divides into another number evenly, while a multiple is the result of multiplying a number by a whole number. Okay, so let's look at some problems. Let's start off with GCF. What is the GCF of 16 and 24? Take a minute to pause this video and try to solve it yourself. So, to solve this, we have to write the numbers 16 and 24. Then we draw an L. Now we have to find common factors of both 16 and 24. So let's say 4. 16 divided by 4 is equal to 4, and you write it underneath that. 24 divided by 4 is equal to 6, you write it underneath that. Now we have to keep doing this until the numbers we end up with don't have any common factors. So 4 and 6, well, they have a common factor of 2. 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So 2 and 3, do they have any common factors? No, they don't. So now to find the answer, you have to multiply the numbers on the left side. So, which is 4 and 2. 4 times 2 is equal to 8. So the GCF of 16 and 24 is 8. You may be asking why this method works. All we are doing is basically finding the common factors of the two numbers and multiplying them together to get the GCF. Let's look at another question, but this time with three numbers. The steps are fundamentally the same. The only thing you have to be careful about is that all three numbers share the common factor. Okay, let's try to solve this question. 81, 27, 18, draw the L. Now we have to find a common factor. The common factor doesn't really matter as long as it's a factor of all three numbers. So let's choose 3. 81 divided by 3 is 27, 27 divided by 3 is 9, and 18 divided by 3 is 6. But we still have to keep going. Okay, 3 is another factor of all three of these numbers. 27 divided by 3 is 9, 9 divided by 3 is 3, 6 divided by 3 is 2. Now here you may notice that 9 and 3 share a common factor of 3. But we're not allowed to use that because 2 doesn't have that factor. So that's it. Now we look at the left side and we have 3 and 3. Multiply both of them together and you get 9. So the GCF of 81, 27, and 18 is equal to 9. Moving on to LCM. Let's go back to the first question with the numbers 16 and 24. But now, instead of finding the GCF, we're finding the LCM. But it's pretty much the same, just a few steps at the end. So 16 and 24 starts the same. Find common factors. So 16 divided by 4 is 4. 24 divided by 4 is 6. Keep going. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So now this is where it changes. So usually to find the GCF, now that we don't have any more common factors, you would multiply the numbers on the left side, which is 4 and 2. But now what you have to do is multiply everything that's left. So that includes the 3 and 2. So 3 times 2 times 2 times 4. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 times 4 is 48. That means the LCM of 16 and 24 is equal to 48. Now, let's look at the question with the three numbers. What is the LCM of 81, 27, and 18? So it starts the same. 81, 27, 18. Draw the line. We know that 3 is a common factor. 81 divided by 3 is 27. 27 divided by 3 is 9. 18 divided by 3 is 6. Keep going. 3. 27 divided by 3 is 9. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Now this is the biggest difference between LCM and GCF. So look, even if two numbers out of the three numbers have a common factor, we still have to divide it out. So 9 and 3 have a common factor of 3. So we still divide that out. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. And 2 divided by 3, we don't write 2/3 or anything, we just bring down the 2. So now we have to multiply everything together. 2 times 1 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, and 3 times 2 times 1 is equal to 6. So 27 times 6 is 162. So the LCM of 81, 27, and 18 is 162. Okay, let's look at one last question. What is the GCF and LCM of 30, 12, and 20? Okay, so let's draw the line. 30, 12, and 20. So 2 is a common factor. 30 divided by 2 is 15. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 20 divided by 2 is 10. So now let's see, are there any other common factors? No, it doesn't look like there are. So that means the GCF is just 2. So now let's look at the LCM. So 15 and 6 have a common factor of 3. So let's divide out the 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And then 10 divided by 3, it's not really divisible, so we just bring down the 10. Okay, so now we have 2 and 10. So 2 is a common factor of that. So let's divide out 2. 5 divided by 2, we can't do anything, so we just bring down the 5. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Okay, almost done. 5 and 5, they have a common factor of 5. Yeah. So bring the 5 out. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 1 we can just bring down. And 5 divided by 5 is 1. Okay, so now we're only left with 1, 1, 1. So that doesn't really have any common factors other than 1. So we have to find our LCM. Just multiply everything together. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 times 5 is 60. That means our LCM is equal to 60. So the GCF of 30, 12, and 20 is equal to 2, while the LCM is 60. Thank you for watching this video about finding GCF and LCM using the cake method. Please like and subscribe to Master Calculator for more math videos. See you next time.